after college and wrestling, I moved to Hawaii for 4 years and lived there. And I lived the bartending life. I was a bar manager. And then, after a certain age, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So what's next? And several of my friends had traveled around the world. So I got a backpack and I moved to Surfers Paradise, Australia. And I went to Bond University every day and I bartended at night. And the funny part was everybody says you can never get a job here. Anybody that says I can't do anything, I just go, okay. And I just ignore that completely. I got a job within a day and I was bartending on the Strip at night and I was going to Bond University during the day, and I went up to their library and I started studying Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar and all of the most transformational people in history, Dennis Waitley, and reading the autobiographies of all these different amazing people. And I started to realize, looking through my realize that what was possible. So I wrote my goals. And at the time I was broke, right? So my first goal was, I don't want to be broke anymore. I want to have some money. And so I wrote that I wanted to be retired and have $3 million in 3 years. It took about 3.5, 4 years, and our company, which I had no industry knowledge of the mortgage business, I literally just followed the flow of energy and started thinking outside of the current box of mortgages and said, how can we do better? And that's what helped our company grow from zero to $1.3 billion in sales in 3.5 years. But about halfway through that process, I'm like, God, this is really cool because now money is no longer an issue. And I started feeling like there has to be something else because I had achieved my goals and yet I wasn't content. And so I started a 501c3 called the Wisdom Foundation, based on Goldman's book, Emotional Intelligence. And my goal was to get emotional intelligence taught in every school in the country because it had such a profound benefit to me in my life. And I started digging into the Board of Education and all these different layers of mind control, right? Governmente. And I realized they don't want anything to do with this. So then I moved to Costa Rica, and then that's when I found a new inspiration. So Victor Hugo said, there's one thing stronger than all of the armies of the world, and that is an idea whose time has come. This is it. It's been demonstrated all over the world. The Permaculture Network, Bill Mollison and David Holmgren and all the millions of people around the world who have found this agricultural design science that is not a hypothetical solution to all of the world's biggest problems. It is a demonstratable solution to all of the world's biggest problems. And I'm going to name them, right? The number one problem is mind control. It is this idea that somebody else should be the authority and be the authors of our stories, of our books, instead of us. This idea that only one person per religion can be enlightened or have a light mente. And those are all scams. So the solution is when we see through our real eyes and use our resources wisely, following these incredible principles where, for instance, specifically, when we turn 50% of the 40 million acres of lawn in the United States alone into regenerative edible landscapes or food forests, we solve deforestation and mass extinction and cancer and heart disease and diabetes trends. We literally end world hunger when we simply do what's best for us and everybody else.
When we model after what is proven to work, with nature's design, with God's design, that's what permaculture is all about, by the way, is mimicking natural systems to create and design abundance into our landscape everywhere. So we have attracted and are collaborating with designers all over the world, and permaculture designers who have made their lives about designing health and wellness, abundance and freedom into the landscape of our societies. And those people, just like us, we've all got kids, we all love this planet, that's why we're in this business. And we will speak with anybody out there who wants to learn how to grow food. And we'll do a 30-minute consult for absolutely free. There's no hooks in anything we do. Everything we do is open source. My primary desire in life is to help catalyze a shift in awareness that leads to mass adoption of simply growing food instead of ornamental plants. So we offer this to anybody. If you've got $20 and you don't have anything extra, but you need to go buy food with that $20, we can teach you how to go to the store and how to use that $20 to buy the right foods, and then you can use those foods to propagate a whole garden. It's just amazing. You can count the seeds in a single apple, but you cannot count the apples in a single seed. It's infinite. So if you've got $2 billion, then let's put up food forest and Freedom Farm Academies all over the world, which is an incredible opportunity. In fact, it's the biggest opportunity in the history of humanity to help transform our world from rapidly dying to rapidly living again.
We're more dedicated than ever to provide authentic, truthful, and uncensored information and inspiration. That's why we created the Inspired community on the free speech platform Locals. There's no censorship, a free flow of information, and it's more personal and intimate. And you can join us as a free member or a paid supporter. Please visit inspired.locals.com and join us today.